just arriving at sea level here, coming down out of Jerusalem, which is 3,000 feet above sea level. And this right here marks sea level on our way down to Jericho. And Jericho is 1,250 feet below sea level, the lowest place on the face of the earth. Right up in front of us there is Mount Nebo, the mountains of Moab, where Moses looked out. Down here is the Dead Sea. We're not going to see it here very good, but there's the Dead Sea. Right there. And over there is Jericho, which is our destination. And we'll be parking in Jericho and then walking out and up towards Jerusalem. Over there is the where the old fortress of Herod was.
That's for the mountain peak.
And here we're going through the checkpoint.
That is a fortress as well. It's a less significant one, but it is a fortress of Herod. Since he had a very important task as the monastery.
This is the mountain where the devil took Jesus in the wilderness and said, "Look out over all the kingdoms of the earth. If you bow down to me, I will give you these kingdoms." Okay, Steve Ray here. We are in Jericho. Father Kelly and I, two Father Kellys both from Ireland. And right behind me, you'll see the city of Jericho. Up on that mountain is the Mount of Temptation, where the devil tempted Jesus, looking out over the kingdoms of the world. And this is modern Jericho right here. And we're just south of Jericho, and we're going to start heading up this road with Father Eamon Kelly here with me, and we're going to walk through Herod's old palace and fortress, up through the Wadi Qelt and towards Jerusalem.
That was Herod's palace, but he came across to here, and he had a big bridge crossing the Wadi.
Yeah.
He knew how to set up life for enjoyment.
This is where Herod's winter palace was, because Jerusalem is cold in the winter, so he would come down here. Herod was no fool. This is classic Roman triangular stonework here. This was part of his fortress, Herod's fortress, and it goes all the way over to there. We're going to see that part of it over there too. It was huge. Go.
So here we are in Herod's palace. Now we're actually into the inner chambers of his bathing area. We have two courses for water, maybe two different temperatures, an inside one and an outside one that's bigger. And then we have these four little alcoves.
Oh, marhaba, marhaba. So we've arrived at a family's dwelling here right next to the ruins. There's the goats and the sheep and the donkey, and there's their house. Okay, here we go. This is more ruins from the time of Christ, 1st century, Herodian. Over there are the mountains of Moab. That's where Moses looked out over the land, because the Jordan Valley runs right down there. John the Baptist was down there baptizing. Moses looked out over the land from there. The Dead Sea's over that way. And from here, the children of Israel crossed into the land. He doesn't sound too friendly.
Yeah, I used to walk here. Ah, okay.
It's not inconceivable that this is the path Jesus would have taken coming up out of Jericho to head to Jerusalem, because that's the direction we're headed right now. So we're watching where we put our feet, because it's quite a tumble down there if we were to... See all the way down into the valley where the water rushes. They're called Wadis, down towards the Jordan River, and right over there is the Dead Sea, and this is the pathway, the valley that heads up towards Jerusalem. This is a millipede. Sorry you can't see him on the video, but there's a hyrax, a coney, running right down there. There's another one perched on a stone right there. They are like big woodchucks. They live among the rocks. The book of Proverbs says they're not a mighty people, but they build their home among the rocks. This is unbelievable. I mean, just look right down there. It is so far down, and look, there's not much of an edge here. We're walking along. There's Father Kelly and Father Kelly up ahead. I let him get up ahead so I could get a little perspective of what this is really like. Look at this thing. It goes right over that cliff down into the gorge. It's called a Wadi, where the water runs. I still am frustrated because I can't give you the perspective. But it's so deep down there, and these are my feet. And then look, it goes up unbelievably high. But the pictures are never going to do justice to this. To come to St. George's Monastery here in Wadi, Qelt, and as you can see, we're walking along this part, this gorge. The sun is setting right over the mountains there, and we're going to now see the Monastery of St. George. We're coming around the corner right now. Hello, Steve Ray. Nice to meet you. Oh, nice to meet you. Hello.
This is Steve Ray.
Nice to meet you. There's no lights in here, so we got candles.
No lights.
No lights in the crypt, so we got candles. Oh. So this is me here, so now you can see me in the candlelight because it's dark in here. Whoop. But this is of the church when the Persians came in 614, and these are the skulls of the martyrs who died here with the Persians. And they, look at them all, probably 15, 20 of them. And they died as martyrs. So now we're leaving St. George's Monastery here in Wadi, Qelt, and we're going out the exit. Back out to the rugged Qelt and the pathways.
Looks like there's a wolf over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, he looks like he has a little wolf. We're on our way back to our car now. That is Jericho, right there. That is the mountains of Moab over there. That's where Joshua and Moses were before they came into the Promised Land. There's Father Kelly and Father, another Kelly. Both of them are Father Kellys. And this is Herod's fortress, Cypros. What a beautiful sight. This is the road we would have taken if we had left Jerusalem to go down to Jericho. And that's Jericho right behind us, in the mountains of Moab. And so we're on the road between Jericho and Jerusalem.